Joining us now is retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Intelligence Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Vanessa Hicks Callaway. Ma'am, welcome to Victory News.
Thank you, Greg. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. The internet's on fire with Donald Trump putting on an apron to make fries and serve customers at a McDonald's drive-thru in Philadelphia. Is this Mac winning?
Well, I believe it is. And actually, as someone who has also worked for McDonald's, I must say that President Trump actually did a pretty good job. I think I would bring him in to work there permanently. But listen, Vice President Kamala Harris, based on what I've seen with her leadership and her presenting herself on the international stage, I'm not even certain that she could manage a McDonald's at this point. So I believe President Donald J. Trump needs to continue what he's doing, which is taking his message directly to the people. And I think earlier in the clip where someone was actually praying for President Donald J. Trump, this is for all Christians, for all believers out there. This is a 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14 moment. If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and I will heal their land. This is an opportunity for us, for Americans, to bring in President Donald J. Trump to help heal this land, because that's what we are dealing with. We must now heal our land from what has happened to us over the last 4 years. Out of control inflation, an open border. We are now more unsafe, and we must continue to pray for each other, for President Donald J. Trump, and also vote.
Safety. You mentioned that just then. You were a United States Army intelligence officer. I want to get your reaction professionally to the leaking of Israeli preparations and plans of a strike, or retaliatory strike on Iran. What does this say about this administration, and what message does this send to our allies?
Well, this is awful. I mean, what this says to our allies is that we absolutely cannot be trusted. And also it says that we are incompetent. As someone who has actually held a top secret security clearance, I've also deployed in support of 2 wars, Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. Months of plans and effort go into getting ready in order to go into a combat situation. Once you have a leak, that unravels all of that effort that's gone into it. And it also makes those on the ground who are going to be involved in that particular skirmish, it makes them unsafe. So this is just another egregious moment in time for this inept administration.
It reminds me of the Afghanistan withdrawal. You've got layer after layer of this onion we're peeling away. Kamala Harris is looking to significantly increase the United States estate tax, supporting a proposal by Elizabeth Warren to increase it to as high as 65%. Colonel, shouldn't people be rewarded for saving and leaving an inheritance to their children's children rather than being punished?
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the Word of God tells us that we are supposed to leave an inheritance, not just for our children, but for our children's children. And President Donald J. Trump did away with that tax. And so this is just another example of how Kamala Harris is not for the American people. This is not an example of what we need right now, considering the limited resources we already have. We should be able, as American citizens, to prepare the next generation with our wealth to try to advance them and give them a step ahead.
Yeah, another labor strike looks to be nearing an end, with workers receiving a big pay raise, the most recent being 40% over 4 years. Do you think that type of wage increase is needed for these guys to keep up with Biden-Harris inflation?
Absolutely. We need a 40% pay increase and then some. Right now, you are looking at individuals in the store trying to decide between buying, some food for dinner tonight or buying medicine that they need. This is not the America that we should have. And this country is the greatest country in the world. We should not have American citizens struggling economically. We are too great of a nation for that. America, we need to vote. We need to move these folks out of office immediately.
Okay, vote. Real quick, before I let you go, if you're in that drive-thru and he hands you the French fries, do you eat them or do you save them?
Well, you know what? It's a combination. I'm going to save some and eat some.
There you go. There you go. All right. Lieutenant Colonel Vanessa Hicks Callaway, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Greg. Be blessed.
You too. Bye-bye. Mike?